Hello friends and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. What we are going to be working on today is our block 10 of Fat Quarter Shop's flowering quilt along. This is Peas Be Mine block. This comes in our monthly sew sampler. This is our January block, but guys, y'all know January I was sick, and then we had snow and ice, and I had to work it. So I am going to be flipping back and forth on this today because I have not labeled my fabrics. So let's see what we have here. I normally sit them on my table in A to whatever order. And this one I didn't because I've got like 3 different fabrics for my background. And it's not all the same white. But I don't care. I'm not really going to worry over it. So what we are going to do is we are going to start out by taking our fabric. And friends, how are y'all doing today? I hope you're doing well. And we are going to be putting our G fabric on the corner and sewing from top left to bottom right. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're able to get into your sewing room and do a little bit of sewing. Guys, I have not marked this, so yes, I'm going rogue tonight. Y'all know I like marking my lines, but I have not done it today. It is actually Tuesday evening, and it is a little bit after 8 o'clock. How many of these are we going? These are flying geese. I don't like flying geese. We're making 4 of them, making sure I'm turned right side up. Y'all know I am not a flying geese person. I do not like flying geese. But they are what they are, and this needs them. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I am smashing my stash with this, and some of these pieces are not the full measurement that I need. I mean, they're really not the full measurement that I need. But like I said, I'm not stressing tonight. I'm just happy I'm in the sewing room and I'm able to do some things. I'm just happy I'm no longer ill, and I'm happy I'm not having to be in bed to get ready to go to work at midnight. You know, they tell you to count your blessings daily. I guess that could be my blessings today. That could be my blessings. I think just the fact that I woke up this morning is a big blessing. Okay, I think this is 4 right here, but I still have 2 more. Hey guys, this fabric that I just have up here on my shelf. One day I'll have to show that to you. Y'all have already seen the huge mess I've got going on over here. So the shelf is getting in a little disarray too. I've never gotten my room completely organized from where we flipped the room around and took my computer desk from over here and put it over here. We've never gotten the room organized. And I really need to get it done. And that is actually, I'll show you guys what I have going on here. I sit down today and I was messaging back and forth with Tammy, telling her I'm having to do my recording list here. I've got myself recording every single day this week. And I'm like, I've just got to get it wrote down. Normally I'm a couple days ahead, but I'm not right now. I am day by day, so that is what you guys are seeing. This is Tuesday night. You will see it Wednesday evening. But this flowering is something I've had on my table for over a week now, and I am just now getting to it. I can't tell I don't have my black light here, but I'm pretty certain this is the correct direction. I guess considering that I have 3 different fabrics for background, it's not going to matter too much which side it's on. But we had another 70-something degree day today. I'm ready for it to get back cool again, guys. They say we're going to get cool again. I really hope we are. This weekend, what are we doing this weekend? I'm probably going to be having a sew-a-thon this weekend. I am probably going to be sewing like my life depends on. Okay, so we got those. So we've got to get all of these done in order to put the other side of our flying geese on. So I'm going to trim and we will be right back putting the other side on. Alrighty, friends, so I have these trimmed and pressed, and we are going to get right back onto it. We are going to piece our next piece on the right side, and we are going to sew from top right to bottom left on the diagonal. Friends, we are making some quick flying geese right here. I don't know if mine are going to turn out. They normally in a roundabout way come out, but probably not. And yes, I have a flying geese ruler and they still don't come out right, but I don't care. I don't let that slow me down one bit. They say practice makes perfect, so I'll just have to keep practicing on them. But I don't ever really strive for perfection. I am not perfect. And neither is my sewing. But it gets the job done. And in the end, most people can't tell. I don't have quilt police living in my house. Because really, it's just me in my house now. So I would have to be that quilt police. Now, I mean, I know that they're not right, but my children and my grandchildren, all they care is if it's warm. And today I picked up my grandson from his sitter because his mama had a doctor's appointment that literally took all day long. She was having tests ran on her heart. They're trying to see what's going on. Well, what I was saying, my daughter had some tests done on her heart, and we're just waiting to see what all's happening with that. So, let's see. We're making 2 and 2. We are starting with a red flying goose, and then we are going with an E, which is our little square, little white square. And we're making 2 of these. So I'm going to go on and just get 2 of these done because we're about to start assembling a small block. And if you are a new quilter, me saying that just reminded me, had somebody that asked me a question about the Craftsman. I guess I kind of messaged about it in Messenger. I'm going to just go out there and tell y'all, if you have a question, please email it to me. My Facebook, my personal Facebook page, I am about to be converting it strictly private. So if you are in one of my sewing groups and, oh, I just put that on the wrong side. Wait, did I? I sure did. If you are in one of my sewing groups, I am going to have a Facebook page strictly for my group. I will be taking everyone off of my private page. And that's because of my grandbabies, y'all. I mean, I feel like a lot of us are family, but my private page or my personal page is going to get shut down. It's going to get tighter. All that's going to be on it is my family, because that is where we share photos and pictures that have house numbers and stuff on it, and I just don't want those to get out there. And I know I have several of you on my Facebook page, and please don't be upset with me for doing that, but I'm still accessible. I actually check my hobby home email more than I check my personal email. So if that makes you feel better, I check it every day, but my personal one, I don't check every day. Luckily, the question was asked, pretty recently on my Facebook Messenger, and I actually looked at my notifications. I don't look at my notifications every day either, guys. I'm really, really bad about that, which I should be a lot better about it, because I get notifications for people that want to join the Facebook group. But that Facebook group, I am going to, like I said, I'm going to create one that is just for my YouTube or my hobby home, because my grandbabies are very precious to me, and I would not forgive myself if the wrong person got into my Facebook and harmed one of my grandbabies. Because y'all, this world is crazy. Y'all know that. This world is crazy. And I'm not saying that any of my friends in there are, but it's just easier to keep the two separated. And that way I don't have to worry about what pictures go out on my private page, because there won't be anybody in it that's not family. You guys, I've been going through there taking people off, and I'm taking people that's not even people I went to high school with, unless I'm like really good friends with them and they know my family and see my family on a pretty consistent basis. They're not going to be on my Facebook page either. Okay, so that's all my red pieces I need to do. Now for my orange pieces. Y'all notice I'm pinning right in the center, and that's just to hold that for the seam. There's no seam on these, but I want to make sure I'm holding it so that 1/4 inch seam comes right at that 1/4 inch seam. Okay, so I think that's our flowers for the thing. So now it says draw, okay, A. And we're going to take A and J. And we're making 4. This is my J. Oh, we're making 4 because, so what we're going to do is take 2 of our whites and 2 of our greens. And we are going to sew from corner to corner diagonally. Okay. Oh my goodness. Y'all know what I did? You probably just saw it. I did one seam I was supposed to do too. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do now, since I sewed those right through the center, I'm laying that presser foot right on that line and lining it up on that 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to do that on both sides. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it over the other way and sew the other side. Doing the same thing. I just have to make sure that when I cut, that I cut that line right in the middle. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take these off, cut them right through that center. And once I do that, I will trim these down to the size they need to be, and then I will press them out, all of my pieces. So one moment, I'll be right back. Well, friends, we are back and we are putting this together now. So let's see what we have. Well, I'm not all put together. I need to take my orange block that's going to be like this and put my orange on top of that. And of course it looks like I pressed everything the same direction. Okay, nothing that a pen can't help out. So I will have to do both of my oranges and both of my reds. This can be some easy work. Now our orange, I have to make sure that it is the correct direction when I'm laying everything out, because you have a left and you have a right. So now we have to do the red, and the red goes the opposite direction. I will need to press these also once I get them done, and then we will be assembling the complete, well, not really. We'll be assembling like the leaf units. Let's see what it's called. Left vine unit and right vine unit. We will be assembling those, which should not take too much time. Okay, so now what we are doing, we are starting assembling our unit. We will take a red and we will put a white on the right side of it. And we're making one of these now. So now we have gotten into the individual blocks. So now we've got our red piece done, and we will take another one of our white strips and we will put a half square triangle on that on the right hand side. And our next block will be our orange block. We'll put another white piece over on the right side of it. Now for some reason, either my white is too big or my orange is too short. We're just going to make it work, guys. We will make this work. get as much of that as we stretch as much as we can. I don't like to stretch too much because when you stretch, it's going to go back, and is it going to go back straight? Is it going to look right? Okay, so we've done that. Now we do another white with another green and white half square triangle, making sure I'm doing it the correct direction. And then very last, we will attach another piece to it. So right now, I have to take these apart, press, and we will be right back. I am going to go ahead and make this block. I'm going to just line up everything. I'm going to pin off this seam right here to make sure we stay lined up and even right there. We're doing everything on the 1/4 of an inch. I think that's just a given at this point for everything. It will all be at a 1/4 of an inch. So our next will be our orange block, and we're doing the same thing. We're pinning, just going to put that under there and get to sewing. So friends, right now what I am doing is trying to catch up on all the things that I got behind while I was kind of away. Got to make sure this catches the edge of that fabric. And once again, that is everything. I just need to keep sewing everything together now. And now I can finish telling you about, I'm trying to catch up everything. I have a few blocks or projects that I need to finish, get caught up. One of those is the Yuletide Sampler 2 with Tammy and Alicia. Guys, y'all know all the month of January I missed completely. I have got to finish up that Charmed, I'm sure. And let's see, what else? I'm not real sure what all I've got going on. But right now, this is my main focus, is to get this one done. We're taking our long strip, and we're going to just be attaching it here. Let me make sure I've got that lined up correctly. But I am going to be having fun playing catch up. I've been working a little bit on my keychain fobs. And if I have a few minutes here and there, that's what I've been doing. Okay, I'll go in and show this to you, but I've got to do the other one real quick. So the other one starts with the yellow, and we put one of the long units on top. Oh my goodness. Wait. We've got others that, we've got to put little whites on the sides. My goodness. I have just forgotten all of the things that I've got to do, didn't I? But I'm very excited to be coming up on a few days off to where I can do sewing. And that will be what I do, is sewing. So what we're doing now is we're doing some more of our little green, but they're going to be on the left side this time. And yeah, it does show you how to press everything. I just haven't been looking at it. I'm really bad about that. I'm bad about following instructions, and I don't know why. I mean, at least I'm sewing everything that's supposed to go together right, so that's a good thing. We're going to just try to go on and assemble this together without pressing. I don't know how that'll work, but we're going to try. So let's get our sashing here. We're going to put that on top of our yellow. So we do that, and then I'm going to take the one with the green and put it on the red. We're making that seam nest right there. Works perfect. Guys, we've been doing this a little bit over an hour now. You will not be seeing this for an hour. You know, you're not going to be seeing an hour. I will edit out all my pressing because I'm doing a lot of it with this. That is one thing I have noticed on this sew-along or quilt-along. There is a lot of pressing to be done. So we are putting this last green and white on the bottom here. We're going to nest that as well. And this will make the left and right side. I will press once I get these sewn together, because then what we'll be doing is adding the stem to our block. Okay, so now we have both of these blocks done. What I need to do now is assemble these together. Now this is my left block and this is my right. So what I'm going to do is attach this strip to my left block, and I will pin it. I'm going to pin it at the seams that I have not pressed, just to make sure they roll under where they're supposed to be. So we have this left side of the block pinned. Okay, so that's the left side. Now we're going to add the right side. What we'll do is just open this up and lay this face down. And we will pin the same way as we did on the left side. And friends, I will go on and tell y'all I do this every video, but please make sure to like the video. That does help me out. And if you have not yet subscribed, also please do that. You don't want to miss a single thing we have going on here. We are about to embark on more projects. I'm trying to get things lined out to where I'm not behind on anything anymore. Hopefully I'll have the energy to do this. That has been my biggest obstacle since being sick and then having to do all those hours at work, was having the energy when I come home to sew. So friends, that is it. So let me show you this block. See which way I got to do it. This is the, let me see what it's called again. Peas Be Mine block. Is that not a beautiful block, friends? So once again, thank you so much for showing up and sewing along with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. So make sure, thumbs up, subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.